Hey everyone, I am going against my original plan and I am going live from my phone. It seems like my computer just does not like connecting to Facebook Live, so I'm going to pull up the page. Happy Friday, everyone. I have to remember to look in my phone camera and not my computer camera. Okay, there we are. I will be able to see any comments and I can see all of you beautiful people who decide to watch live. Let's see, just getting things situated here. But for those of you who don't know me, I am Kara McCann, and I am the web designer and copywriter and I don't know, other things. But those are my main two hats here at Create Captivate. And I'm here today to talk to you about how your website and social media can work together to really work for you. So I'm going to give it just a couple minutes in case anyone wants to show up, but I hope everyone's having a super great day. My background is a little bit different today. I am actually with my in-laws in Wisconsin, and it's been a really nice trip, and it's beautiful outside. Beautiful, beautiful day. Just nice bluebird day. Took a walk down by Lake Michigan earlier. It was super nice. We got to watch the waves. It's very confusing to me as a Southern California girl to take a walk along something that looks like an ocean and have it not smell like salt. So that's always a little weird, but okay, it's been a couple minutes, so I think I'm just going to dive in. If other people want to join, post your comments below. If you want to comment after, I will always come back to check. So let's talk about the relationship between websites and social media. It's really important to understand that your website and your social media are often a lot of times the first things that people are going to see about your company. Sure, people go walk around and they see new shops and they go, oh, that's interesting. But it's way more common in today's day and age with all of our technology to just happen to learn about something online. So the first thing people are going to see is your website and your social media. So, it's really important to have integrations set up, like multiple types of integrations set up, so that if somebody finds you on social media, they can easily navigate to your website and get consistent messaging across. Or if they find your website first, they can easily find you on social media and still get consistent messaging across. So for people who already have, for customers who come to us and they already have existing, if you already have a great brand, then the first thing that we're going to recommend is that you get a great website. And then we're going to start talking about social media presence, because those are really the foundation. That's the building blocks to having awesome marketing tools right at your fingertips. So the reason that we want your website and your social media to work together is, like I said, those are the first two things that people are going to find about you a lot of times. So this is your opportunity to get people aware of you and following you across multiple platforms. So they have multiple ways of finding you. They get to learn about your business in multiple ways. It's really your first big marketing opportunity. So what are some of the ways that we can do that? So one of the first things is that you can easily set up links to both on your platforms. You might think that that's fairly simple, but you would be surprised at some of the number of websites that I've seen that don't fully integrate that. So on your social media channels, whatever you're on, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, wherever you are, have links back to your website. You always want to get people to be able to find kind of your home base, right? The mothership. So you want people to get back to that big central marketing platform, which is your website. So having links to get back there is great. You can also, on your website, you're going to have those little share icons, right? And you can have them in multiple places. If you want to put them up top in your header, you also want to have them down in your footer. That's great. Give people multiple ways to link to your social media channels. You always want to make sure that if you are linking to one of your social media platforms, that it is a platform you are using. So we don't want to send somebody to your LinkedIn if you haven't posted there since 2015. And we don't want to send somebody to your Facebook if you are posting more, say you're an independent business person and you're posting more personal content than business content. So, we want to make sure that we're guiding people to social channels that represent your brand, that send your message across. So sharing, posting links to, to your website from your social and to your social from your website is the very base layer of how we want to integrate those two. And when I talk about, when I talk about consistent messaging, which I mentioned at the beginning, one of the most important things there, and I've talked about this anytime I talk about websites and social media, or branding, really anytime I talk about having a business, I talk about consistent messaging, because there can be customer or, consumer disconnect if you have inconsistent messaging between one of your marketing channels and another. So if you have a certain type of vibe on your website, and that's the vibe of your company, if you have this vibe, this energy, these colors, this style, this tone, your brand voice, whatever that is, whatever you're using for your primary branding needs to be translated perfectly on your website and on your social media, so that when you're sending people back and forth, they're getting the same types of messages everywhere they go. And your brand is just this is who we are. This is who we are. This is who we are. And there's no disconnect and there's no confusion. So that we're always attracting the right type of target audience. You want your right type of potential customer coming in. So that's your base layer, is just those sharing buttons, or just those follow buttons. Then we also have sharing buttons, which is what I just accidentally said. So sharing buttons are a great way to share your website content on social media. This is actually a tool that is pretty much entirely for your users. So if you have a blog, or if you have really any kind of website that has shareable content, maybe you have a restaurant and you've got daily specials, or maybe you have little community updates, or in the news, stuff that you have going on at your place of business, restaurants, spas, really kind of any kind of service, any kind of new products, you can put sharing icons on your pages. So those sharing icons do not need to be limited to the social media platforms that you are on. They can be for any platform. So what those sharing icons allow, say I'm on a website and I see a blog post about the best hikes to take in Virginia. I think that's interesting. I would like to share that with my friends. Well, if you have those little share buttons down at the bottom, then I can just say, hey, you know what? I've been on Facebook a lot recently, so I would like to go ahead and click that little Facebook button, and it is automatically going to populate a Facebook post for me that I can then just click and post it or share or whatever, and I can share that to my social media. So to my Facebook page specifically. So you can have them for Reddit, Tumblr, all the ones that we talked about before, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, really wherever you want to be able to share content, you're going to be able to find a share button for it. Platforms that I've never even heard of. We just put them there. You never know what platform somebody's going to want to share that content on. So make it shareable. Make their life really, really easy, because you want your content to be out there. So that's another really easy, really powerful integration tool. You also can take content from your website. So our websites can be used for a lot of different things. We could have, like I mentioned before, you could have a blog. You might have daily specials if you're a restaurant, or you might be offering a certain deal if you sell a service or a product. You might have some kind of featured collection, or, if you have blog posts where you're updating consistently, which, if you're blogging, please be posting consistently. Side note. But you can share all of that content onto your social media. Social media marketing can feel really overwhelming sometimes. But if you have, because a lot of people are like, what do I post about? What are my viewers going to be interested in? How do I stay on topic? How do I stay on brand? If you have branded content already on your website, that's an awesome way to just use what you already have. There are no rules that say that you can't take a blog post and just share it to social media. That's what we do so often, is that you want those going out, because sometimes somebody's not going to know about your website yet. They're only going to follow you on social. And so you're going to post this blog and they're going to say, oh, hey, let me click on this blog. Well, guess what? They're now on your website, and they're going to be able to tool around your website, check things out, and maybe bookmark it, maybe come back to it in the future. And they're going to know that they can find you in multiple places now. And it's also, the same, even if you're not sharing that link directly, it's important to be sharing the types of content. So if you don't want to share a link to specials that you're offering, I always, you don't have to do that. You can just list those specials on your Facebook, on your social media platforms, so that people don't have to follow your website and your social, they can find all of that information in all places. So, I know that I have found some companies on Google before, and I've gone to their websites and I can find a menu, but maybe their website isn't linked to from Google and I've had to try to figure it out other ways. Or maybe I've gone to their Facebook page and I've just wanted to take a quick peek at their menu and I can't find it. So just make sure you have all of your information available. We never want to frustrate potential customers. We never want them to feel like they can't find the information that they want. We want customers to be able to find exactly what they need, exactly when they're looking for it, because that's how you keep somebody. The internet is big and there is a lot of competition in every single industry these days. So it's really, really important to make sure that your potential new customers have exactly what they need right then, right in that second. So just put it everywhere. Your content can absolutely be repurposed. So we talked about follow and sharing buttons. There are some cooler things that are coming out now. Like Facebook Pixel is one of the things that's come out. I don't even know when it came out. It's got to have been around for, I don't know, at least a couple years now, at least. But Facebook Pixel is a little snippet of code that you put on your website. And what it does is it allows for Facebook to understand the behavior that's happening on your website, and it communicates it back to Facebook. So it helps you kind of fine tune your targeting, your audience targeting, so that you can be messaging to the right kinds of people. So you're putting out the right kinds of advertisements to the right kind of people. It helps you bring back visitors. It helps you attract new ones. So there are some really awesome things that you can do just by integrating this little line of code. So, and again, if the word little line of code makes you panic a little bit, we are very proficient at adding Facebook Pixel to websites. If you ever have any questions about it, you can always reach out to our team. And then one of the other things that I don't know people necessarily think about, I think it's just kind of assumed that it will be a part of most websites, but it's still not with all kinds of themes, or maybe you have a slightly older website, is mobile responsiveness. So when you think about social media, when I think about social media, I almost always think of mobile, just straight up. I just automatically think, okay, I'm going to pick up my phone and check Facebook or Instagram or whatever. It's just boop, right there. I typically am on websites. I do go to a lot of them on my phone as well. But if I want a more robust experience, then I'm going to go on my computer. So when I'm designing a website, I'm designing it on my computer. Thankfully, there are tools so that I can also see what it looks like on mobile. Because if you have somebody who is on your social media platforms on their mobile device and they click through to your website, maybe you've done that first basic layer and you've linked to your website from your social, and they get to your website and it just looks janky, menus don't open, you can't, navigate. I will give you a perfect example. I saw a commercial for it was actually a Dairy Queen commercial. I saw a Dairy Queen commercial for a Father's Day cake. And my husband loves ice cream and we're staying with my father-in-law right now. So, two birds, right? So I was looking up this Father's Day cake on my mobile device on their website, and I could not find what was inside the cake. I could find how I could order one. I could find how to decorate it. But it was not friendly at all. It was not intuitive at all. And for such a huge company to not have something like that was really, really surprising. There's a little part of me that kind of wants to shoot them an email and say hey, would you like me to work on your website? Because it's such an important part. If you're going to bring somebody to your website, they need to be able to execute all of those actions regardless of what the device they're on. Because a lot of people won't say, oh, maybe the website's better. They're just going to say, well, this is difficult, so I'm just not going to bother. And they will find a different company who offers them the same service, especially if they're new to you. If you have an existing loyal customer, sure, maybe they'll go through the extra step. Maybe they will find another way to reach you or another way to communicate their needs on their computer or whatever. Or they'll try the website again. They'll try mobile again later. Maybe they'll assume it might be glitchy. But a lot of people, a lot of new potential customers will just bounce and they won't give you another shot. So if you want your social media and your website to be really working in tandem, then both of them need to work from the same types of devices. Your social needs to look amazing on your computer and your mobile. Your website needs to look amazing on your computer and your mobile. Everything needs to look great together. And that's talking about tablets as well, and versus a desktop versus a notebook computer. Like, you want to be able to have just a beautiful, beautiful website and social media across all those channels. So those are just some of that. I mean, I could probably talk about this a lot more, but I'm not going to, because I've already been talking to you for quite a while. And this is, 5-minute-ish FriYAYs. So I won't talk your faces off anymore, but those are some of just the very basic foundation pieces of setting up, of really integrating your social media and your website. There are a lot of other cool ways that we can get them to work together, but that is absolutely the best starting off place if you want to have a really integrated online marketing strategy. So I hope that was helpful. If anybody has any comments or questions about it afterwards, like I said, please feel free to leave a comment below. I am going to go enjoy this beautiful, beautiful Wisconsin day, and I hope you all have an awesome Friday and a great weekend. Bye.